Well, good evening, everybody, and a warm welcome to the Abingdon Drama Studio, and many thanks indeed for coming along to watch this preview performance of Antiques, written by Abingdon's very own Ted Smethurst. I would say world premiere, although we had a preview at 3 o'clock, so you're the second audience today. The play is performed by Abingdon and SHSK, as you know, and they're going to Edinburgh under the name of the Griffin Collective. The cast have been really hard at work for 2 weeks now, devising, creating and rehearsing the production that you're going to see today. Accompanied by Luke on the tech desk, who's been really hard at work with the sound and the lighting, and he's spent the last 5 weeks or so sketching and painting the amazing set that you'll see this evening. He's also worked on the poster design, which you can see here, which we'll be using for our posters and flyers around Edinburgh as well. Just for a little bit of context, as many of you know, we're heading up to Edinburgh tomorrow morning. Now by minibus, because there's been train strikes, as you know, and I know the cast are looking forward to the long journey. And we have a week-long residency at the Lime Studio, which is a greenside venue in Nicholson Square. So we'll perform the show every day at 4:10. So we've tried to recreate the space, the dimensions of the space, the only difference being there'll be a capacity audience of 60 when we get to Edinburgh. The last thing to say is just at the end, if you'd like to speak to the cast, please do go back down to the Ingham room. We're going to practice our 5-minute get out, as when we get to Edinburgh we only have 5 minutes to strike everything from the space before the next production takes place. Other than that, enjoy the show. Thank you very much.
She's a seductress, a real temptress. Once you fall under her spell, you might never be the same again. You have been warned. I see you out there. Yes, that's right, yes, you, the stripy shirt. I know what you're thinking. I've heard it all before, and I don't want to hear it from you. You, right now, sir, are thinking, some seductress she is. I'd rather die than spend an evening in her downtown area. And to be honest, you know, she has seen better days. It's true, ever since Jeff died, there's been no one to trim her hard-to-reach areas, all right? And, you know, her knockers, I suppose, are getting a bit loose, but that's just getting older. Looks can be deceiving, my friends, but don't judge this book by its cover, because inside there are many wondrous tales and stories just waiting to be explored. Any questions?
It's certainly pretty.
See, I knew you'd come round to the country.
I never said that.
Oh, come on, broaden your horizons. Just imagine, every Sunday morning, taking the dog for a walk, surrounded by beautiful nature.
We don't have a dog.
Well, not yet, but we have to get a dog. I mean, come on, look around you. Okay, maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, and I know you're not entirely convinced by this whole village life thing, but trust me, you're going to love it.
How do you know? You've never been anywhere more rural than the park.
My dad was from the country, born and raised before he left home for the big city. That's why he was always so miserable. yearning for green fields, fresh air, and the limitless adventures that only the rolling hills can provide.
I thought he was miserable because his horse is always lost.
And that, but mostly it was the city, I think. Anyway, some birds just aren't meant to be caged. I don't want to be a canary anymore. But now we can be free like albatrosses.
Yes, you at the back, stripy shirt. What's your question? Interesting. What did I mean when I said you might never be the same again? Well, to be honest, your guess is as good as mine. I was at the county farm day yesterday, or the county farm night, if you know what I mean. And so the long and short of it is that I didn't get a chance to prepare today's tour, which, given how many of you there are, may have been somewhat short-sighted. But anyway, we've had our fair share of disappearances, ne'er-do-wells and the like, just like the next place, but I assumed you knew that already. Hello. I haven't seen you two around here before. Visiting?
Sort of. We're looking for the estate agent at Tuppings. We might be moving to the village.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to the family.
Actually, do you have a pharmacy around here? I don't think I handled the journey too well.
Oh, the apothecary is just down the high street. I'm sure Len will make you feel right as rain. Classic.
Good morning. It's lovely to meet you. It's a beautiful village you've got here.
Indeed it is, dear. New faces. Lovely. Oh, would you look at the time? I've got a fresh packet of ginger snaps waiting for me at home. Enjoy the rest of your time in Little Dickensworth.
You should see me out in front, wearing my tin hat. With shot and shell, it's worse than, well, it's even worse than that. Now imagine me in the Maginot Line, sitting on the mine in the Maginot Line. Now it's turned out nice again, the army life is fine.
Hi, excuse me, we're looking for some travel sickness pills. Somebody deal well with the long journey.
The train was wobbling. You know it was. There was definitely something wrong with that track.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Have you got any?
No rations left. Come back tomorrow. Salted meat on Tuesday, chocolate every other Friday.
What? No, we want travel sickness pills. Have you got any?
No rations left. Come back tomorrow. Salted meat on Tuesday, chocolate every other Friday.
Hello, can you hear us?
I heard you the first time. Like I said, we're fresh out of rations. The lady before you took the last sack of onions. All gone.
Not rations. Travel sickness pills. We want to buy some pills for travel sickness.
Medicine?
Yes, you must sell pills. You're a pharmacist.
Not a pharmacist. A general practitioner, Dr. Leonard Brington, actual service. Dr. Len to my patients. Here I was, thinking you were just another couple of grubbers trying to swindle me into handing out double rations. Why didn't you say you needed medical attention? I have never neglected my hypocritical oath.
It doesn't matter. Have you got any travel sickness pills?
Pills? Most certainly not. We don't believe in pseudoscience in the medical community. This is a respectable profession, don't you know?
Well, do you have any recommendations?
Doctors don't recommend. We prescribe.
Okay, what would you prescribe for travel sickness?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Have you ever kissed a pygmy goat?
What?
Please, just answer the question. We don't have time for trivialities in the medical profession. A second lost is a life also lost. That is what we always say in the medical community. Have you ever kissed a pygmy goat?
No.
Interesting. Eternity on the spit roast and simultaneous grasshoppers, star-side.
I don't know.
Just as I suspected, undulating fields cross-referenced with... Have you whispered the name of the Archangel Gabriel in the past 48 hours?
No, I don't think so.
Intriguing, and your last voodoo replica was...
No, I'm sorry. What?
Don't gawp, I've been making it since you walked in. What kind of incompetent halfwit do you take me for? This is a respectable profession, don't you know?
I just don't really see what voodoo dolls have to do with travel sickness.
So, you want your friend here to join forces with the malevolent demon spirits, do you? I suppose there's nothing I can do for her then.
Now look what you've done. I apologise for her. She can be a bit argumentative. Is there anything you can recommend? Prescribe?
Oh, certainly. I am always happy to oblige a willing patient, and modern medicine really has come on a long way. Ken!
What?
Get out of here already. We've got a patient.
A patient? I don't believe you. Nobody's been here since Hilda.
Just get out of here already.
Well, blow me down with a rotten buttercup. You do have a patient. What's wrong with you, darling?
Oof, travel sickness.
Travel sickness? God, we haven't had that one for a long time. Mind you, it's been a long time since anyone travelled round here. Come to think of it, you two might be the only ones I can remember. Kenneth Crichton, a pleasure to meet you. Doctor's assistant.
Nurse!
Nurse by trade. Part-time comedian, magician, actor, and petty arsonist.
I'm sorry, who was that Hilda you mentioned?
Poor soul.
Such a poor
For
soul!
one life I couldn't save. That'll rule me till my last breath. When I close my eyes, I can still hear the dying words echoing from her decaying lips. You bastard, Len. You killed me. I will haunt you till your last breath. She was always a woman of her word, was Hilda. A real tragedy.
A tragedy!
Oh, don't be so hard on yourselves. I'm sure you did everything you could. But what did she die of, if you don't mind me asking?
She stubbed her toe on the sprinkler trying to chase the pigeons off her lawn. Just an horrendous accident. Nothing could be done. Anywho, I have just the thing to get you back in tip-top condition. Fetch me some chicken brains from the back.
Chicken brain?
Oh, you've heard of it? Fantastic news. I find it is always better when patients trust the medicine you prescribe. It just makes for a smoother process all round, you know? So you're going to want to take a spoonful of this twice daily, sunrise and sunset. But never on the solstice, combined with equal parts corn husk and river water. Got that?
Guess so.
And you have to beat your chest every 13 seconds, otherwise the medicine simply will not have the desired effect. Complicated, I know, but trust me, this has passed all the relevant regulations. We wouldn't go prescribing anything now, would we? This is a respectable profession, don't you know? Little bit.
Yes, we're very excited. No more living with the parents, can't we?
I can't wait. How wonderful. And I gather you want to be centrally located within the Little Dickensworth area?
Near the station, if possible. Sadly, I still have to get into the city for work.
And what work do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
Digital marketing, you know, social media campaigns, that sort of thing.
Fascinating. Careless walk across lives.
Oh, I remember that. It's on a war poster, isn't it? We were always learning about war in school.
But still, Marjorie would never stop talking about all her diamonds and how her living room window, the second one from the left, never shut properly, and how a medium-sized human could probably squeeze through if they really wanted to get inside. So watch out. You never know when danger's around the corner.
Okay, thanks for the advice. better make sure we get a good lock on our door.
Oh, I'm afraid that might be a bit beyond your budget.
What? A lock?
Oh no, a door.
A door? Oh, she's having you on, silly.
You always were the gullibles.
Gullible? No way.
Oh, you've got something just here.
Gotcha. It wasn't funny yesterday, it's not funny today. You're embarrassing
It
us.
was rather embarrassing.
I told you.
I've only ever seen children fall for that trick.
Oh yeah? Can we please go back to business now?
If you say so. Right, okay. I just have a few questions as a formality, I'm sure you understand. Firstly, what is the nature of your relationship?
Lovely.
Sisters! Loving.
Sister, very good. And where do you currently reside?
Oh, London. Just near Waterloo, south of the river. Do you know it?
London.
The city.
I'll put that down as elsewhere. And do either of you have a criminal record?
That's easy. No, never have, never will.
Okay, and you, Miss Scott?
Sam doesn't have one either. We're both as clean as a whistle.
I don't doubt that, but legally I need to hear it from your sister.
Well, what?
I was young and I don't know what I was thinking.
You didn't think to mention this before?
I meant to tell you, but it never came up.
So you do have a criminal record?
Well, yes, I do.
And what was your misdemeanour?
I parked in a blue badge parking space at a hardware store. It wouldn't have been a problem, but there was a clearance sale on crochet, potted plants. The spaces were in demand. It was busy. How was I supposed to know there would be so many of them?
I can't believe you wouldn't tell me.
Oh, spare me your shame. I learnt my lesson.
I do not wish to judge you. You've committed your offence and been punished according to the letter of the law. Justice has been meted out as far as I'm concerned.
Does this mean we can't buy a home?
Oh no, don't worry. You'll have a home. This is a Category 1 felony, so you won't qualify for parish council support, financially speaking.
Will that be a big problem?
Oh, I doubt it. Most of the council's housing budget has been reallocated to the Hedgehog Hotel initiative. It's very popular with voters.
Well, that is a relief.
Quite.
So, do you have any more questions, or can we see some houses?
Yeah, I do have one final question. Do you want to buy with cash, or would you be open to private financing?
I think we'd be open to anything. We just really want a home.
We'd consider financing to find the perfect place.
Ah, excellent. In that case, a most exciting opportunity has just become available to you. It's a period property with lots of character. And what's interesting is that it's got elements of neo-rusticism that one wouldn't usually associate with the mid-century joie de vivre.
Is that mould on the roof?
And wonderful, isn't it? It's just got that little bit of fetid woodsman charm, don't you think?
Is it only the one room?
Open plan, it's all the rage with the youths. Do not appreciate the architecture. This design was one of Bloch and Quayle's first. They wanted to create a study of egalitarian living, every room being equal.
Lovely. How much is this on the market for?
Well, that's the bad news. It is slightly beyond your budget. Any other options?
Do you still think it's what we want? Well, you can't really say anything about a place till you've lived there for a bit. I'm glad we're finally ready to settle down.
I suppose so. It's definitely beautiful, isn't it?
I told you on the train up here you'd like it. The green. Can't remember the last time I saw this much green.
Don't think I can deal with the smell, though.
Oh, it comes with the territory. You just need to develop your rustic nose. Pretty soon the smell of shit will remind you of home.
Oh, I feel better about that.
Shut up.
Good evening, may I interest you in the menus?
Definitely, thanks.
Lovely, and my days, it is a pleasure to have you dining with us, and I hope you enjoy your meal.
That's very kind of you.
But all the pleasure is all mine. It's not every day that we get diners of your vitality grace our threshold. But I shall leave you to peruse the menu. I will be back soon.
Vitality.
Beats me. I guess he's just pleased to have us.
Really? What are you thinking?
I like the sound of steak. You can't beat a steak and chips.
Not even with a chicken curry. You love a curry.
Do you really think they'll know how to make curry around here? The chicken will probably be pickled or frozen for 5 years or something.
Whoa, steady on. It's only a curry. It can't be that different.
Do you really disagree with me? I've never even heard of coconut milk.
Maybe I am. I think it might be quite nice. I bet this chicken will be local.
Fine. Have your chicken curry, but don't think you're having any of my steak when you find out what it's like.
Oh, I wouldn't dream.
Still or sparkling, madame?
Still, please.
Croissant for you, madame?
Still as well, thanks.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's complimentary, madame. Don't worry.
No. What is that?
Well, madame, so many of our clients asked. We just decided to offer it as a courtesy, free of charge. You're welcome.
Why are you still doing that?
Indeed, madame, it is a rather arduous process, but we pride ourselves in going every length for our clients.
Well, you don't need to go to this length. We're fine. Please stop.
Madame is no longer thirsty?
Yeah, no longer thirsty.
I have no idea.
I still think he's just pleased to have us.
I don't know what to think right now. But we are supposed to be celebrating our new lives. To the countryside.
Cheers.
Are madame and madame ready to order?
Oh, absolutely. Steak and chips, please.
Excellent. Any sauce with the steak? We have béarnaise, peppercorn, or bière du Paris.
No, thanks. Plain's fine.
Is madame sure we really would recommend this sauce? It binds the whole meal together. Clients sometimes find the steak a bit, how you say, stodgy, otherwise.
Plain is fine.
Croissant for madame?
I think I'll go for this chicken curry if that's alright.
Parfait. I'll be back shortly.
One more thing. Do you know where we might find the toilets?
Ah, under the table, madame. Complimentary, of course.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What is it?
God! It's not even empty.
Are you using it?
No. It's fine. Please take it.
Steak and chips for vous, madame. Voila.
That is not steak and chips.
It is.
Oh, no, it's not steak and chips. It's very much.
We prefer the term puree, madame. Steak and chips puree. I really cannot see what the problem is.
The problem is that we were expecting food. Solid food.
Ah, yes. Well, I must confess, madame, you're the first of our diners to exhibit that particular predisposition, and as such, all we can provide is our regular fare.
No, right, that's it. Come on, Sam, we're leaving. I have lost my appetite. This is just insane.
Ooh la la!
Still think it's beautiful?
Oh, you're not seriously going to judge a place based on one bad experience? Or 2 or 3 bad experiences still? It's impossible to tell. We could be living here for years. Can't expect to love it straight away.
Oh my God, we could be living here for years. Are you sure that's what we really want?
It just takes a bit of getting used to. It's the same with anything new.
This is not the same as anything new. This is not normal.
So, it's a bit different to what you're used to. The countryside is different to the city. You must know that. They do things differently here, that's for sure, but we'll get used to it. Pretty soon, we'll become countryside people.
What if we don't? What if it's just too much?
Well, you can't say that already.
Maybe just city people. Maybe we'll never fit in here and we should just save ourselves the hassle. What's wrong with being city people?
We talked about this. We decided that we needed the change. We decided together.
I know, but what if we're wrong?
So what? If we were wrong, it was our choice, and we should stick to it. At least we shouldn't give up on it after a couple of tiny setbacks.
I don't believe this. You're just being stubborn now.
Or maybe I just have more faith in us. I think we'll be fine.
Fine. You think we'll be fine here?
I think we'll be fine as long as we stay together. We don't need anything else as long as we got that. We'll be fine as long as we stay together. All right then.
So now I'll sing to you. It's about a maiden fair I met the other evening at the corner of the square. She had dark and roving eye. She was a strolling rover
pretty young thing like you doing all alone, eh?
Just thinking about life, I guess.
Well, I've certainly seen a lot of life. Mind if I join you?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Might I buy you a drink to aid your thinking?
Okay, fine, just a pint of something cheap.
2 glasses of warm milk it is, then. Excellent.
She was a charming rover, and we rode all night through the pale moonlight, away down to the corner.
Ah! Where are my manners? My name's Charles, but you can call me Charlie if you like.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, Charlie.
No, I've changed my mind. Charles will do just fine, thank you. Captain Charles, actually, 21st Fusiliers. Formerly 21st Fusiliers. Forgive me, I'm a touch flustered. It's a long time since I've had to introduce myself to someone.
Oh, well, Charles, I'm Lucy.
Enchanted. I hope my prying isn't impertinent, but do you mind me asking what exactly it is about life you were pondering?
Have you ever loved someone, Charles?
I must confess, I'm something of a hopeless romantic myself.
Have you ever loved someone so much that you would do anything for them? You would go to the ends of the earth for them. And then you do go to the ends of the earth, or somewhere similar, and you hate it. You don't hate them, you can't hate them, but they're the reason you're at the end of the world.
The end of the earth might not be so bad. You know, with the person you love.
I wish it was just that simple. I wish we could just block everything out and focus on what brought us together once. But I don't think we can. This thing, I think it is going to tear us apart, and I hate that. Whatever we had, that spark, I can't... We need to find it.
Have you searched for it?
There's no point in searching here. We need to get out. We need to go back to where we were before, to who we were before. I don't think that the person I love so much will follow me. Follow me as far from the end of the earth as it's possible to go. And so I'm stuck. Because I don't think I can leave Charles. I want to more than anything in the world, but I don't think I can.
Oh, down in Albert Park, I never shall forget. Their eyes they shone like diamonds, that evening it was
I could help, if you liked. I could lighten that burden of yours and show you some of the light of life again. I'd treat you right too, the way I was raised to.
Well, Charles, that is very kind of you, but I think I'll have to decline.
Listen, I'm not as dashing as I once was, I know that. But I'm a decent man. What my nether regions may have lost in attentiveness, my heart has gained 10 times over.
I just don't think it would work.
What? How dare you insult a man's rifle to his face?
That is not...
I'll have you know I've never had any complaints about my marksmanship.
No.
And I can still put plenty of force behind a bayonet charge.
No, please.
I have never once been dishonorably discharged.
That is not what I...
And, come to think of it, ever since I retired, I have had even more time to polish my barrel.
I'm sure your barrel is very well polished, Charles, but that's really not what the problem is here.
Oh, I've still got a few soldiers left in the barracks if that's what you're concerned about.
I'm already with someone.
Sleeping with the enemy. I see how it is. I suppose I seem pathetic to you. I'll never find another dueling partner.
Well, it's never too late for love, Charles.
Oh, I can't fool myself. It's too late for me. My days of combat in the trenches and combat with the wenches are behind me. But you are in the prime of your youth. You have someone you can mount up and do battle with whenever you please. And you are going to throw this privilege away. Why? Because it's inconvenient? No. When the night is darkest at the front, you feel the weight of your weapon in your hand, and you hold it tight, because you know it will keep you safe. A comrade in arms is the most beautiful relationship in life. Never forget that.
Oh my God, maybe you're right. We can't be alone now. We need to be together more than ever. Every soldier needs their comrade. This is enemy territory, and I need to fire my rifle every chance I get.
Steady on, dear. This really isn't that sort of establishment.
Oh, sorry, but thank you, Charles. Thank you so much. You're a genius.
Oh, no, I'm nothing of the sort. I'm just a man who's seen a lot of life, like I told you. Promise me this. When you do find your closest comrade again, clutch harder than you ever have before. Clutch like you'll never let go, because you just don't know how long you've got until that cartridge is empty. Will you do that for me?
So now I'll sing to you. It's about a maiden fair I met the other evening in the corner of the square. She had a dark and roving eye. She was a charming rover. We rode on.
You look awfully lost, dear. I guess so. We just left this restaurant and now I don't know where we are. Me and just me. Where am I?
You're in Little Dickensworth, dear.
No, I know. This is where I'm going to live now, since this afternoon.
You're going to live here?
Yes, I mean, well, yes. I'm going to live in Little Dickensworth.
Well, you best get inside then, dear. These streets are no place for someone like you at this time of night.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you, but I think I'll be all right. People have been nothing but kind since I arrived. You sure you're all right out here alone in the dark, then?
Yes! Thank you, dear. These streets are my friends.
What have you got in there?
Books.
Oh, lovely. What kind of book?
The reading kind.
Could I take a look?
Really? Are you sure you wouldn't prefer a colouring book, dear?
Oh, no, I think I'm a bit off a colouring book.
And I think you're a bit young for these books. It appears we are at a stalemate, dear.
Why have you got so many books, anyway?
I'm the librarian.
Oh, I didn't know there was a library.
Oh, there's not! I have all of the books that I need right here.
And what if someone wants to borrow the book?
Oh, people don't borrow my books here. That's just not how things are done.
Well, that is how libraries work, though.
Maybe for you, in your world, but this is not your world. And you are not us. And we are not you, dear. But I should be heading home. I haven't missed the shipping forecast in forever, and I am certainly not going to start now. It was lovely to meet you, dear. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. Very soon.
Good night, then. Let's see what's so secret about your books.
It's all right, you don't need to apologise.
Listen, I need to tell you something you won't like.
Shh, I told you it's all right, you don't need to apologise. I can see it now. We can't just break apart because we're moving in different directions. We need to move together. We need to come together.
And we need to go home. You were right, there's something really not right about this place.
No. We belong here now. We're made for each other. Oh. Soldiers belong on the battlefield. We're comrades in arms, you and me. We belong together. We're made for each other. Like Charles.
Right, who's Charles?
Charles, the love guru. He showed me I couldn't leave you.
Okay, right, well, I'm glad you finally found someone decent here, but actually,
He started off hitting on me.
but after that, he was just really nice, really sweet, you know. He really wanted to. Well, it's like Charles really wanted to get to know me.
What are you talking about? He gave me a glass of warm milk.
Shit, he gave me a glass of warm milk. What the hell did you put in my milk, Charles?
God, this is all my fault. I need to get you home right now.
Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run? We are the boys who will stop your little game.
At last, some peace and quiet. Eh, Deirdre?
Absolutely. I was beginning to think we'd never be alone. I could scarcely hear myself think.
What was that?
I could scarcely hear myself think, Patty.
Ew, yes!
Anyway, you were just telling us about your Ron. Deirdre, about what he did in the war.
Oh, well, like I was saying, my Ron served, course he did. 21st Flying Squadron. Always loved planes, did my Ron. Said they reminded him of his old man.
Was he a pilot as well?
No, you were a florist. But he always had an imagination, did my Ron.
Ew, yes!
And they were a damn good pilot too, course he was. But they all were back then, weren't they? It's just how they were raised. Real men.
Real men.
Course he was scared of heights. The cats. And loud noises. Bah! He were a real man. And a damn good pilot too. He was the second finest pilot named Ron in his squadron. Ew, yes. Till he was shot down, of course.
Ew, no!
It were a training exercise over the South Downs. He just made it 10 miles from base, my Ron, when he came across a German fighter coming straight for him. But by the time he had his finger on the trigger, a damn German had punched an hole in his engine. And my Ron were going down. Goes the report said he caught a stray bullet from another plane on the exercise. But my Ron knows what he saw. And he weren't a liar, mind! My Ron weren't raised a liar.
Well, he'd have done whatever it took. And, well, anyways, those Nazis were brazen. They'd snuck up on a good man while he slept in order to give him the advantage.
Ew, yes!
Well, luckily for my Ron, he just managed to release his parachute in time. But then he found himself lost, of course, in the middle of the unknown wilderness. Well, did he complain? No! He got straight down to work. Well, he didn't have no shelter, mind. So he made himself a tarpaulin out of leaves. Glued him together with rotten berries, course he did.
Well, that's just it, isn't it? They were inventive, weren't they? Real inventive men. Of course, you had to be back then. Back in those days when not every wild forest had a ready supply of bricks and mortar like they have today.
Ew, yes!
That's just the way of the world.
That's just the way the world is.
Took him 13 hours all in all. Course it were morning by the time he'd finished. But that's just the kind of man he was, my Ron. Always saw a job through to the end.
Well, like we say, a job ain't worth doing if you ain't going to do it right.
Course he'd been lost for a while by that point, my Ron. He started to think they might never find him, but did he give up hope?
Ew, no!
He did what any respectable man in his position could have done. He set his mind to starting a new civilization. Of course, that's the only thing a man in his position could have done.
He'd have done whatever it took, oh, we all know that. Of course, they all would. That's just how they were raised. That's just the kind of men they were. Real men. Each and every one of them would have built a new civilization in the woods if that was what it took.
Oh, luckily the other lads hadn't given up on him. They found him later that day, and when they did, he were eating grass for sustenance. And he were damn good at it too,
complain.
Did he complain?
He didn't even mention it, did my Ron? Not once! Of course, I only learned about it from his suicide note. It was truly touching. Came right after him, saying how much he loved my sticky toffee buddy. Of course, he were a family man first for my Ron. Never one for glory.
That's just the way they were raised.
Yes!
Oh, this land used to be full of men like Ron. Now look at it.
Not a rod inside! That's just the way of the world!
That's just the way the world is. No, that may be the way the world is elsewhere. But not here. Never here. Prepare yourselves, my children, for the reckoning.
So how did you do today then? How was the doctors the other day? Lovely. Oh, what kidney stones? Oh, kidney stones. Kidney stones will work fine. I can't remember. Oh, kidney stones. I want to have one. It was that lovely, lovely ham. Yes, it's depends on the Oh, yes. Busy and right, everyone seated, everyone seated, everyone seated. Right. Oh, yes. I now call today's meeting of the Parish Council to order. Secretary, are we all present and correct?
Betty took a nasty fall. But apart from that, yes, everybody is.
Excellent. Now, as I am sure we are all aware, there is only one item on the agenda today worth discussing. But before we do, does anyone have any issues they would like to raise? Apart from the fact that Patty bought hobnobs and not digestives. Yes, I have issues. The floor is yours, Brenda. Thank you. Okay. Where did you get these cushion covers? The running stitchwork is simply divine, I must know. Oh, Doris did them for me for Christmas one year, darling. Any further questions?
Can I nip to the loo?
Len!
Motion to move to break.
Seconded. Len, of course you can go to the loo. I've told you this. This is not the Stalinist regime.
Stalinist? Where?
All of you!
Rise, my children. I bring before you all a matter of gravest importance.
The fact that we don't have any digestives. An utter travesty.
No! The outsiders!
You have no doubt seen them.
I've seen them all right, Mother. I've smelled them, smelled their healthy gums and youthful hair follicles.
Disgusting outsider smells! Are we surprised?
There is more, my children. They have stolen one of my books.
One
One of the sacred texts.
Are you sure, Mother? How do you know you didn't just misplace it?
Do you question me, child? Do you question the sacred text?
No. I was out of line. I did not intend to blaspheme. What is to be done about the outsiders?
They have seen too much. We must preserve the sanctity of our home above all else. Is it our fault that the outsiders encroached on our way of life? A way of life they did not understand and could not be a part of. The outsiders belong outside. That is their home, just as this is ours. They wanted more. We cannot change, my children. We will not change. They will soon see that there is nothing new for them here in Little Dickens'
We cannot allow the new to infest what has been and what will always remain. We will never change. We will never change.
Thank you, Mother. You show us the light as always. Right. It is clear what we must do. We must...
Wait! I demand to speak. strange. They are undoubtedly different. Something we have never encountered before. They are not in tune with our way of life.
Exactly. You must expel them, as Mother said.
But I was not disgusted by this difference. I was intrigued. The outsider made me reconsider my life. She showed me that there is more to life than standing still. What if change is good? We have spent eternity trying to preserve this way of life. Why? Because it's what we want. Or because it's what is written in the ancient books.
Oh, you watch your tongue, child. You speak on things you do not understand.
You're right. I don't understand. I don't understand why there have to be outsiders. Are they not like us? Their only crime is not being from Little Dickingsworth. We can change that. We can let them in.
A heretic!
Charles. Have you been taking your medication? Rectal bleeding for about 6 months now. Very nasty.
Yes, half a gerbil's eye every Wednesday at dawn.
And you have been shaving your eyebrows every Sunday as well, correct?
No, I didn't know I had to.
That'll be the issue. You see, insanity is a common side effect of not correctly completing the rectal bleeding medication. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to disregard everything Charles here has said. He's simply gone a bit cuckoo in the mind. It's nobody's fault.
Doctor, please escort our friend to a comfortable bed. Oh, rest now, my child. We all knew you were no blasphemer in your heart. It was simply the rectal bleeding.
You see, people always forget, but you really do have to shave your eyebrows.
Well, I'm glad that's been dealt with. Mother, we are ready to do what needs to be done. By the powers vested in me as Witchfinder General, Sword of Justice, Arrow of Light, God's representative on earth and Christ, Executive of the Parish Council, I promise we will preserve our home and our way of life.
Oh, very good, my child. Now wait for my command. I wish to speak with the outsiders again.
Remember, there's something I really need to tell you.
Oh, shut up. I said you were right. Isn't that what you wanted? You're right that we should stay here and try and make things work. I'm sorry.
No, it isn't like that anymore. I saw something.
What?
I met this woman, and she said she was the librarian.
Oh, nice. I didn't know there was a library here.
There isn't. She just carries a few books around in a little trolley thing.
Is she any books I might like?
I don't know. She wouldn't let me look at them. She said I wasn't old enough.
Nice of her to think you might be under 18.
No, it wasn't like that. She said, nobody borrows books here.
But she's the librarian.
I know.
Hello, dear. I told you we'd see each other again soon.
Is this her?
This is the librarian.
Yes, dear, I am the librarian. But my friends call me Mother. Are we going to be friends?
I don't know. You're fun.
I don't think you find me very fun, dear. I'm afraid people like me are rather more serious than that.
Do you mind me asking what you're doing here? We were just about to turn in for the night. It's been a long day.
Oh, certainly, dear. I wouldn't want to keep you. It's just that I believe you have something of mine.
I don't think.
Not you, dear. Her.
Well, do you?
You mean the book?
Yes, dear, the book! I don't appreciate people who borrow without asking.
I did ask.
And I said no, it was for your own good, dear. But now you've read the book, haven't you?
I flicked through it.
Oh, don't play coy with me, dear. It wasn't for you to read.
What was the book about?
I don't know.
Of course you don't know! You don't know anything about this place, about this way of life. If you did, you would have stayed away. But tell me, why did you come here?
We wanted a fresh start. We wanted to escape the city.
Oh, and did you ever give any thought to where you were escaping to? Whether you were wanted? Travel is a two-way street, dear.
We just thought that the countryside was beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful. It has always been beautiful. And do you want to know why? Because it never changes. It is preserved, unspoiled.
We just wanted to share that. We wanted a little part of it. Is that so bad?
Did you seriously think that you could come here and impose your different way of life on a place that you didn't belong, and it would still be beautiful? Well, if you did, you're fools as well as pests.
But everything changes for a reason. That's just the way of the world.
No, it doesn't! Nothing changes unless we want it to. Do you want me to tell you what was in the book that you stole from me?
No, I think we should leave.
That book is a sacred text. It's been in Little Dickensworth for longer than anybody knows. It gives us our right to be here. Our tradition. A tradition that has to be earned by birth and blood. A tradition that cannot be bought at an estate agent.
I really think we should leave.
Let me read some to you. This book says that we must do whatever it takes to stop change, to keep the outside away. All we wanted to do was to preserve the way of life that we have, the beauty that we have. But you wanted to ruin that. And this we cannot allow.